I've had a really frustrating year race-wise. I've had some really subpar results, and I know I've got a really good result in me. But I think that's something that makes me hungry about coming back here and racing on Saturday. You know, I know that I've got good form, and you know, I love this race. I know how to prepare for it. I've been coming back here for 8 years now, and I've done my time here. And yeah, I'm really hungry to put a day together like I did last year.
I came here this Tuesday, and it's been, every day I kind of had a look around, and I love it here. Everyone is really friendly and seems really happy actually, so it seems the happy island to me.
Yeah, I basically, for the first 5 years here, followed a very similar formula, and I learned in 2010 after winning you really can't stick to the same formula. It kind of goes out the window a little bit with extra obligations, a bit more travel, and media obligations. So when I won last year, I sort of sat down. I needed a mental break, not break, just change in what I'd been doing in the past. And I knew that the year would look different regardless of what I tried to make it look like. So I decided to challenge Roth in there in the middle of the year. That's a bucket list race that I've wanted to do for many years. I've heard nothing but great things about it, and set about preparing for Roth mid-year, which I was pleasantly surprised with the result there, to say the least. But from there, it's basically been full steam ahead to Kona. And again, throughout the whole year, really, this race is in the back of your mind. It kind of has to be if you want to be successful here on the island. And yeah, basically just business as usual in the second half of the year.
I mean, predicting the weather and the wind is just like trying to predict the pro race here. Everybody tries. Sometimes it's going to be way different than predicted. But if you could believe the predictions, it should be even a little bit better. And with a little bit better, I mean a little bit worse for most of the other guys. So yeah, I mean, it's always nice to see some white water out there, and also on the highway was really some wind out there, and of course it's gonna change the race a little bit. I mean, it's like no other race. Sometimes you could win you need to do close to 8 hours to win the race. On another day you win the race with 8 hours 30 minutes, and that does not mean the athletes have been worse that year or something. It just depends so much on the conditions, and of course wind favors my strengths.
Country they're from, and I'm not sure I'm quite worthy of that with my experience here in Kona over the years, but I also realize I have a near decade in age on what she's called the angry bird, and I realize I need to be a grumpy old cat that just kind of chases that bird. I mean that with utmost respect, Daniel. Gosh, I think there's 13 of us gals, U.S. gals racing, and there's so many others that could be up here speaking to you all. So it would be great to crack that U.S. code, and we've done everything we can to prepare for Saturday, and I'm just delighted to be here to try to showcase it the best we can.
This year the women's field is probably the strongest possibly ever. We've got the top 10 girls from last year, plus girls like Daniela, Leander, Mary Beth Ellis, yeah, a bunch of girls that last year were injured or weren't even here. So yeah, I think our race is going to be hot. To beat Rinny, I don't know, what's it going to take? That's the big question, isn't it? So I feel stronger than last year, stronger on the bike, and hopefully that might convert to a slightly faster marathon. So, but yeah, I think potentially our whole field might be faster this year, so I don't know what we're going to take.
Right.
I mean, I think it's hard to predict. This year's race isn't going to be like last year's race. If we have a chop like this, there won't be, well, I don't think we're going to have a group of 12 women coming out all together. So I don't really use last year's race as a template. I mean, but the idea will be to ride faster and run quicker. It's not rocket science. That's what I'm going to have to do.